Good evening from me to you. Solus here again. This time we're gonna do some Monster Hunter World. I figure that should be a good time. Because I want to keep this brief though, we'll probably just get through character creation and maybe the first chunk where we get into the camp. But once we have that set up, then we'll be able to use this as another fallback game, or maybe just like a full-on series at some point. Maybe we'll go through this, you know, and play the story, do some farming, stuff like that. Should be a good time. I've played this before, but I'm gonna try not to do like the same style of play that I normally do. I forgot to change the language. I was gonna change it so you could just listen to the cutscene. Well, it's not super important anyway. It's just basically like, yeah, you're gonna get on the boat and go to the new world, and you're probably not coming back from that. So, make sure you're prepared. And then may that Sapphire Star thing light your way. I'm not sure if the Sapphire Star is like a religious icon in the Monster Hunter universe or not. They sure seem to talk about it like it's religious. It's a very cozy looking area, this ship. Got lots of hunters and stuff. All in what looks like very basic gear. That one's wearing the hunter gear though, you don't start with that. That one's maybe in alloy or something. The food looks really good too though. Full on like wedges of cheese with the meat. And each person gets an entire what looks like ham. It's fairly exciting. Yeah, then there's this guy. No, I'm not nervous. Maybe I should be, if I'm using a weapon that I'm not super used to. Okay, so character creation. Technically, I've done this before. Just gonna stay on the first preset. I think it was face 9 that I went with. I'm pale, so pale. Was this? Yeah, I think it was that hair. My hair's black. Yeah, it took a while to do it before. Oh no. Okay, so eyebrows might take a while because I think I went with 24, but then I don't remember the actual eyebrow itself. Maybe I went with I don't remember. But I was trying to make the character look like me, kind of. With that eyebrow, just because. Eyes. I think I went with that. 8. I think I went with 8. Average eyelash length. The red eyes, but then I changed it down here. That looks good. That looks like me, kind of. The hair's a little off, but it's as good as we're gonna get. Nose 4, mouth. I think it was 14 because the lips are thinner, even though I don't like how it's downturned. It makes me look sad. Expression, I think it was, yeah, that one where the mouth stays closed because my expressions are more subtle. Picked that clothing, made it white. Confirm. Voice, I went with 17. I don't like listening to the voices if I can help it. I'm not going to use the Guardian set, even though it would make things easier for a while. Sort of. I mean, just don't get hit. Easy. You don't got to worry about it if you just don't get hit. But yeah, I'm going to try not to use that if I can help it. Because the skills aren't the best, and it feels cheap. So I'm going to try not to use the Defender weapons, because that's the set with that. Now with the cat, I tried to make a cat that looked like my old one. Because I used to have a cat. That. And that. Black there. Confirm eyes. That. Cat eyes. Green. Tail, the long one. Clothing can be black, not that we'll ever see it. Voice, type 3, average, yep, okay. Finish. So I'm gonna name the Palico after a character from a game that I played ages ago that I was quite fond of, and the name of the one character just kind of stuck with me. There was Saga Frontier 2, I believe is what it was called, and the character was Gustav the 13th. He was a playable character, and for whatever reason his name just stuck with me. I'm pretty sure the game spelled it like I've got on screen right now, Gustav, but if you look up the name, usually it gets an E on the end of it, so I'm going to add the E on the end just so it looks more proper. But it's a name I'll use for a bunch of stuff when I gotta make like extra characters or just need a name for someone. Yes, I'd love a toast of whatever this frothy beverage is. It doesn't look at all suspect. Seems like a waste of some of the beverage to clink it together like that, though, doesn't it? Ah, yes, there's more food. Food's always good. That is one thing. The food in this game looks super good. You get massive portions, and it looks fairly good. I wonder if there are actual translations for the language. Or if it's just made up and the voice actors just kind of mumble stuff to themselves as they're doing it. It's hard to say. Yes. Meowdy do. Oh boy, this boat's a-rockin'. Better not come knocking. Excuse me, pardon me. Sorry. I had to yawn. Yeah, if you've not played this game, Monster Hunter World, before, most of the cutscenes are very action-y like this. There are a handful where it's not so much action, but they're usually fairly quite. God, they're usually quite action-oriented. Which kind of makes sense. It's a very action-y game. You're fighting the big old monsters the whole time. Rise looks like a lot of fun, but I haven't gotten a hold of a copy of that just yet. So instead I'm playing this, because it's still a really fun game. You know? We have to do something. Yeah, well, you throw me up there and I'll push on it a little and see what happens. I'm expecting nothing to happen, actually. It's a very large ship. Oh, and there you go. Looks like we don't have to do anything anyway. It's gonna solve the problem on its own. Hopefully, it makes it back to the water instead of just on a different point on this mountain thing that came out of the ocean. This is totally just a mountain, and well, now it's moving. I guess it's a lot harder to claim that it's just a mountain. Big old rock. Excuse me, person. Okay, so... Oh, it says her name on the side there. The handler. Yep, okay. Hello, pterodactyl-looking guys. I'll be your friend some other time. Sort of in a hurry. Ah, see, there you go. It's got a head. It's clearly not just a mountain now. You can tell it's some sort of creature. Unless it's like a Mount Rushmore come to life. Suppose the life part would still imply that it's a creature, though, even if it were Mount Rushmore. Yeah? I wonder if there's been a movie like that, where the heads on Mount Rushmore have, like, you know, the people... Like, the heads have been connected to, like, a stone body, and they just stood up and caused a bunch of problems. I wonder if there's, like a movie or a show that's been about that or something. Or even a book. It seems like a neat concept that could be entertaining. Oh man, the new world. It's a giant tree. Very, very large tree. Some monsters there look very dinosaur-esque. And some sort of flying guy, which may or may not have been a Rathalos. Excuse me. Ah, it's saved there, huh? Another happy landing. Maybe we should leave flying to the droids. She found a tent with a map in it that also happens to be a book. We are there in the circle next to the 1, and we've got to get to there, the circle next to the 4. Because that's where the base camp is, the, like, hub area. Very tropical, like, jungly looking thing. And this scene is very reminiscent, for me anyway, it's very reminiscent of that scene from the first Jurassic Park, where they are in the Jeep and stand up and look at the, the one with the long neck, the, Brontosaurus? Is that the right one? Anyway, they stood up and looked at dinosaurs with the music playing. I think that first scene just there gives off the same vibe as that. And you get these guys. They're pretty cool. Very passive. Birds. Water. See, it is a beautiful environment. You push through these vines and get to the next area. They're overgrown because it's very jungly. These guys, they look cool, but they're not that big a deal. It is just the Jagras. Very lizard-esque. They're probably lizards. They're too big to keep one as a pet, though, probably. Yeah, hide in a bush. Walk into a bush, stand still, and press space since I'm on mouse and keyboard, and you hide. And then they leave you alone. Yeah, it won't let me go through on my own. I have to wait for her to do it. That sort of figures. There's a lot of scripted stuff in this game. Scripted stuff like that, anyway. Probably be my biggest complaint about the game when you first start out. It takes a while for things to really get rolling, but once they do, it's a great time. And bird again. Oh man, a footprint. Did I just sniff the footprint? What? You found its trail, huh? Oh, the direction I was already going? Okay, cool. Would have been nice of you to tell me that. That's not a footprint. That's a scrape. This is cool eye animation thing. She got tackled by a very large version of those guys we met earlier. This big guy is the Great Jagras. Very, very unique name, yes. Just a larger version of a Jagras, so he's the Great Jagras. Totally makes sense. He's a cool lizard, though. He's got nice hair. He's got a good do. Do people still say do for hair? Like haircut? Is that still modern slang? Yeah, this big guy that just jumped in, that's an Anjanath. He's a very T-Rex looking guy, if you're not familiar with him. Yes, jump, because that was necessary. I don't know about you, but I don't think that wooden gate would keep that T-Rex guy out. It's just, you know, made of wood. Not even that big compared to him. Don't think it would keep him out. Well, we're loading. Let's see what happens. Oh, another cutscene. Astera. Yes, Astera. It's kind of a cool name, I guess. Oh good, we're the last to arrive. Good to know. It's almost like we fell off the ship.
Left. Simra. Oh!
You guys didn't have to come over, though. Not really. I'm sure you were.
Mora tekinada. Shiri faraknes.
Yep, it's very impressive looking, isn't it? It's like a whole village, town, area thing right here. Got that guy standing on the boxes. Looked like there were some sausages hanging there. Sausages are good, right? Well, not all of them. Oh man, it's the commander man. The dude thinks he's hot stuff. Welcome to Astera. I'm glad you made it. Somehow I knew you would, though. When you've been in command as long as I have, you start to learn who's capable and who isn't. You didn't even meet us, though. Now, as much as I'd like to get you up to speed, I'm being pulled in about 8 directions at once. We'll cover the important matters at Council, which I'll be convening once things settle down. I expect you two to be there, of course. Yep, we almost died several times, and he already expects us to be doing stuff. The guild spoke highly of you as individuals. Oh, man, the guild. I bet it wasn't my guild. Think what you can do as a team. And before I forget, your furry friend was looking for you. Poor thing washed up not too long ago. Oh, did he not fall overboard? I said washed up. Maybe he did fall overboard. Go ahead and have a look around Astera. A horn will sound when it's time for council. Well, off you go. Okay, I'll give you the grand tour. Let's start by looking for your palico. I don't want the grand tour. This is our stockpile. They carry most of the basic necessities. Can I... I can. Okay. Cool. In that case, we're gonna stop here, because I got through the character creation and intro cutscene, and no, didn't expect it to close the game that abruptly. I guess it does that when you click quit instead of return to title. Oh well. Anyway, I think that's all from me. I hope. Yeah, maybe next time we'll pick it back up. We'll go through a mission or two. Depends on how long they take. I hope you'll join me for that. But I think that's about it. So I hope y'all have a good evening, good night, good afternoon, or good morning, wherever your time zone finds you. And I will see you in the next whichever. Goodbye.